So it has been 2 weeks since the Arizona Cardinals fired Jonathan Gannon. And honestly, this has been one of the worst starts to an offseason I think I've ever seen. When Gannon was fired, it gave me like a sense of relief. And I think many Cardinal fans felt the same way. Uh, I'm not saying that Jonathan Gannon was the worst coach. He was actually, when he came in, he did all right. I mean, we did pretty good. He really revamped the defense. He's a defensive-minded guy. Nick Rawlis was a great addition. I still like him personally, but obviously, it was time to go. This was his third year, the worst of them all. And when he got fired, I thought that this was like the first step. Like, here we are. We're back at ground zero. Let's finally make a change for once. Let's bring in a guy. Let's bring in new staff. We got the third pick in the draft. This is our time to change. This is our time where we see those teams who didn't do well the season before, but got set up perfectly for success, and next year completely turn it around. And within 1 or 2 days, all those hopes completely wiped away. I think the next day after Gannon got fired, or whenever it was, I looked at, I opened Instagram, I see candidates we reached out to. And the first name on that list was Vance Joseph. Now, if you know ball, you know who Vance Joseph is. He was the defensive coordinator for the Cardinals. He was okay at best. He went to Denver, or I think was the head coach of Denver before. Didn't pan out too well. So with that being said, already a failed head coach, a decent defensive coordinator, this is who we are reaching out to? I thought it was a joke. It's like, dude, are we serious? Vance Joseph out of all people. And then as time went on, the list just got worse. Raheem Morris, Arthur Smith. When I saw Arthur Smith, I was livid. This guy, goodness gracious. Atlanta wanted him gone. He ruined Kyle Pitts. He was, okay, yeah, the Steelers made it to the playoffs, but they weren't that great. They weren't great enough where we're looking back at this guy and saying, okay, maybe, he had a shaky go in Atlanta. It wasn't set up for success. He's not a good head coach. And that to me was like, it signaled that we were unserious about this offseason. Because this is a great opportunity. We have no head coach. We bring in a guy finally who can change culture, demeanor, just discipline, all the stuff we desperately lack for the Arizona Cardinals. And it's been terrible. I mean, Robert Saleh just got hired with the Titans. And to me, choosing the Titans over us is like a tall tale sign that it's really bad over here. And because I love Arizona, obviously, and I hate to be that guy who shits on Arizona sports, but if Robert Saleh is choosing the Titans over us, it's pretty bad. I'm starting to feel like that. I feel like the Cardinals are like that ugly girl when it comes time for prom. She's super ugly, but she wants a date to go to prom. And right now, we are that girl. We have hit every single option, and now obviously we're not going to get the best looking people like John Harbaugh, Kevin Stefanski, and now we're looking at bums. And that's who it really is. I mean, let's be frank. We're looking at bums. Robert Saleh would have been the second best candidate out of that list behind Clint Kubiak, and Robert Saleh I would not hire. But even still, he would rather go somewhere else, to Tennessee out of all places. I think Tennessee's been a disaster. The way they've handled their quarterback situation. Now, I mean, they have Cam Ward now, but still, it's like, goodness gracious. We really are that ugly chick at prom. Nobody wants us. And we're going to have to settle for less. But in every bad situation, there is a little upside. There's a couple candidates that I'm looking at. Obviously, Sean McDermott. That's got to be number one. I saw a report that he does not want to go to us. He mentioned specifically Arizona Cardinals and Las Vegas. I can see why. But if I'm Monty Ossenford, if I'm Michael Bidwell, I'm doing whatever I can to go after Sean McDermott. And I don't, right now, frankly, he's got better options to go to. I think Pittsburgh's a better option. I think Baltimore's a better option. Really just those teams because they're actually set up. They're playoff teams. But that's it. But some other candidates besides McDermott, Kubiak obviously has had a lot of success with Seattle. If he can turn Sam Darnold into what he's turning him now, okay, then that's respectable. But again, it goes back to this notion that we're like trying to find the next guru, and I just don't like that. I don't like we got to go out and get the next guru. We've done that twice. We did it with Cliff Kingsbury in the air raid offense. We did it with Jonathan Gannon and his defensive mind. But really, how well did it work out? It didn't work out that well. And again, we're at a point where it's like we have little to no options. Hopefully, Kubiak doesn't go to any other team, because right now he's the guy. He's got to be the guy because we're helpless. Everyone's picked up. 2 teams just got open for a head coach position, Buffalo being one of them. So every time a head coaching vacancy is, becomes open, that's ruins the market for us. And now we have absolutely no one. There's every time, like when the Bills fire their coach, there's going to be offensive coordinators, former head coaches going out and being like, okay, I'd rather go to Buffalo than go to Arizona. Buffalo is in the playoffs, for heaven's sakes. They're actually a good team. But it's just disappointing to see that this is where we're at. And again, we're not even being serious with these candidates. Raheem Morris, goodness gracious, he's hated in Atlanta. I checked the comments. Atlanta fans are saying, take him. Please take it. And now that's where we're at. But besides all that, this head coach, whoever comes in, has got several things to deal with. They've got a sticky quarterback situation. They've got, I'm not going to say it's like we're in negative cap space, but we don't have as much money as people think. And it's all contingent upon if Michael Bidwell wants to spend that money. And right now, the way things have happened and unfolded so far, I don't think he wants to spend as much money as we hope. And we've also got a team with no offensive line and a third overall draft pick in Marvin Harrison that has underperformed. Yeah, he's had great games. He's shined in a few games, but he has underperformed. To the level that we expected Marvin Harrison to be, and to the level that like another receiver like Malik Neighbors, who was drafted after him, has just completely shot through the ceiling. And this is what they have to deal with, whoever comes in. It's not fun at all. But some of these things are really not as bad as Cardinal fans think. Our quarterback situation is probably the worst of them all, because whoever we bring in, it depends on, okay, are they willing to stick it out with Kyler Murray? Are they willing to stick it out with Brissett? Do they want a complete change in the scheme? It's like, okay, Kyler Murray doesn't fit what I want to do here, so he's gone. And now you got, okay, if you want to trade Kyler Murray, you've got like $35 million in cap space that you can't really get rid of or $35 million in guaranteed money. He's guaranteed $35 million. So there's really no way to get rid of that. You're just going to be paying a guy to play against us. And that's not what I want to happen. If I'm Ossenfort, if I'm the head coach of the Arizona Cardinals, I'm not coming into this offseason looking for a quarterback. I'm a Kyler Murray guy. I love Kyler Murray. But frankly, with the way things are going, the fact that we're in a rebuild stage, I just don't think that Kyler Murray is in the stage of his career where he should be having a rebuilding team. He's not old, but he needs to go to a contender or to a team that's actually going to treat him right, give him an offensive line, give him receivers. And right now, we're not that team. But again, you have the money situation where it's like we can't really get rid of this guy. I really hope that we do stick it out with Kyler Murray because frankly we have no options, and there's no option in the draft. Even if I was picking number one, I don't think I'd choose Mendoza. I like Mendoza, played great in the Natty. Love his personality. He's a good kid, but it's like we will fall into the cycle that the Cleveland Browns and the Tennessee Titans of the league have been doing for years. They draft a quarterback just because they feel compelled to, and then they turn out to be a bust, and then they just cycle through quarterback after quarterback after quarterback. And that's not a fun experience. You're going to be constantly in rebuild mode for 3 decades. And I don't think any Arizona Cardinal fan wants that to happen. So I would say stick it out with Kyler Murray. That's kind of the situation we're put in. Whether you like him or not, that's really our best roll of the dice. Keep Brissett. Brissett played pretty decent. But again, I've said this so many times, no matter who we bring in at the quarterback spot, they're going to fall into the same problems that every quarterback's going to fall into with our team. Because we have no offensive line. We have no receivers. We did a great job on rebuilding defensive line. Defensive line looks good. We've got 2 young draft picks who have been held back by injuries, and that's pretty much it. But when they're on the field, especially Walter Nolan, the guy's a freaking beast. So he's great to have. Obviously, he faces injury issues. Same with Robinson. More so. But it has been 11 years since I've seen a good offensive line. And that was 2015 Arizona Cardinals, where we had Valdir, Mike Iupati, Bobby Massey, who wasn't that good, Jonathan Cooper, who was not that good, A.Q. Shipley. And even that offensive line alone was nothing spectacular. No one remembers those guys. But Valdir was the best out of them all. But again, that's the best offensive line we've had for 11 years. And it wasn't even memorable. And now is a time where they're especially picking third in the draft. I love Jeremiah Love. He's amazing. I'm a Notre Dame fan, so I'm slightly biased. But I would love to draft him. But the way the condition our team is in, we have other needs, and we can't afford to spend best player available as opposed to drafting one of those 3 probably top 20 offensive tackles in the draft. The kid from Miami, Utah, it's free easy pickings when it comes to offensive line. It's loaded. It's probably one of the best drafts I've seen. Even in later rounds, we got a lot of talent for our offensive line, and that's where our primary focus needs to be. It can't be linebacker. It can't be going out and maybe drafting another receiver. Again, would love to draft Jeremiah Love. Like I said, we can't afford to do that. So it's really a struggle. It's a complicated situation we're in. This is what comes of a rebuild. And I saw just online sports podcasts for the Arizona Cardinals. They were talking about they need to hurry up the head coaching process because the fans are getting impatient. That's not exactly the best method at all. That's not going to make the fans happy. The true fans who really know ball and really know what they're talking about. I don't want to rush to hire someone. If we rush to hire the first person available, that person could be Vance Joseph, and I would dread every game watching Vance Joseph as head coach. Same with Arthur Smith and Raheem Morris. It'd be a joke. We'll end up finding a replacement in the next 2 or 3 years. And that's not something I want to do. But again, we have a very complicated situation with this team, and we've got maybe a week or two left to find our head coach. And the next thing you know, February is around the corner. The combine starts coming out. That's when mock drafts start to happen. So we really need to get this like bottled down. This has to be set down. We need to get a guy who is the best fit for us. And me personally, Kubiak's up there, Mike LaFleur's up there, and I mean maybe a Jesse Minter. I don't know. Any of those guys would be hell of a lot more qualified than Joseph or Smith, Morris. So I guess we'll see. That's pretty much it. I'm excited for at least a mock draft season because that's my favorite part of the year. Projecting, we got quite a few picks. We're picking third, which I hope we trade down, acquire a few more guys, and still pick up one of the best players available. So I guess we'll see. Time will tell. 2 or 3 weeks down the road. Hopefully we got some things in order. But that's going to be it. Thank you everyone for watching, and have a good rest of your day.